What's up, Pay Attention family? It's your host, Savior Smith, and I'm extremely grateful that you've made it this far. I want to shout out to everyone that has been watching, that's been viewing, and of course, subscribing to this new YouTube channel. One thing that I'm doing is I'm looking to educate everyone and reward them for educating themselves. So making the decision to watch this podcast, you have now the potential to win free Bitcoin, right? Yes, free Bitcoin. Now, what does that mean? I'm going to start going live every Wednesday night on Instagram Live and sending one of you Bitcoin just for tuning in. Now, to qualify for this Pay Attention Bitcoin giveaway, all you have to do is like this video, comment on this video, and of course comment your cash tag. That way you could be entered into the drawing for someone just like you to win free Bitcoin. So for you looking to learn about financial literacy, black ownership, black wealth, you can now win a reward of Bitcoin by literally tuning into this YouTube channel. It's something new, but I'm looking to reward you guys for taking the time out of your busy schedules, out of your days to tune in with Pay Attention. So again, thank you guys for your support thus far. Let's continue to grow. Let's continue to elevate. And of course, let's continue to educate ourselves and our community one day at a time. Thank you guys for tuning in. And remember, if you want some free Bitcoin, all you have to do is like this video, comment on this video, and comment your cash tag for a chance to win. Thank you guys, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of Pay Attention. What's up, everyone? Thank you guys for tuning into this episode. It's your boy, Savior Smith, and on Pay Attention today, we're going to be talking to Miss Jatonia Eatmon. She is a mom, she's a businesswoman, as well as leading the charge with natural hair care products. So we see Cherokee Hair Products, but one thing I want to highlight is her enthusiasm about just being able to be on this podcast. I'm super excited to have a businesswoman with a cosmetology background, because natural hair products is something that we don't really see a lot of when we talk about mainstream products, you know. And then for any community, most times these hair products are literally created and or bought out by white corporations, you know, who don't have the same similar hair textures or any qualities of hair. So sometimes we could be looking over some very important things when it comes to our hair itself. You know, hair is a part of who we are. Hair is a part of our history, our legacy, our ancestors, and of course our future descendants. So I'm super duper excited. But first and foremost, before we dive in, I definitely want to allow you to just give a little information about yourself.
Well, my name is Jatonia Eatmon. My company is Cherokee Hair Products. Cherokee is my nationality. I'm Cherokee Indian, Blackfoot Indian, Native. My background is massage therapy. I work with professional athletes and also cosmetology for around 12 years. And our products specialize in the hair growth and thickness of your hair, and just a great, healthy, all-natural products that are made from essential oils and herbs from the earth.
Well, thank you again for being on this episode. I'm extremely excited to dive into more about you, your brand, and of course some of the great things that come with being a businesswoman. You know, I think in 2022 and of course the future, we're going to see more businesswomen pop up, take the charge, be in the light, to say none the least. But I'm super excited to just highlight this brand in particular, because you are the first natural hair care product that Pay Attention has ever talked to or even got a chance to just interview. So super duper excited for this. And I guess that's going to lead me into my first question. It's going to dive in. We're going to talk about you, Miss Eatmon. The first question I have is, of course, I know we talked prior to this, but I met you in the Houston area, you know, but my first question is, are you originally from Houston? And if so, how long have you been in Houston?
I'm not originally from Houston. I've been in Houston. It will be a year in August. I was born in Arkansas, deep down in the country, and spent I want to say 13 years of my life in the DMV area. DMV stands for Virginia, Maryland, and DC.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so growing up in a suburb like Arkansas and then transitioning to a inner city vibe like the DMV, what was it like growing up, and how did that influence your brand?
Growing up in the country, we had a garden, so we grew a lot of our food, like squash, corn, kiwi, watermelons, you name it. Really in the city, basically everyone goes to the grocery store and to get their food. And food just tastes different from when you're growing it and from what's bought in the stores. So the transition wasn't really a big difference because I moved from Arkansas when I was a little kid. So I was around 6. So I really couldn't really tell, but food wise, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, when we talk about just you growing into the businesswoman that you are today, what are some things you've learned, or a few things that you've learned, just in general when it comes to being a mom, being a businesswoman, being an entrepreneur, and balancing all those at the same time?
Being a mom, and you have to schedule everything. I had to get a whiteboard, and just write down basically from when I'm waking up, from when I'm putting them to bed, and when I'm answering my last call or my last email. Being a mom is a full-time job, and being a businesswoman, it's a full-time job, but you learn how to juggle it. Sometimes you'll be in tears, and sometimes you will be on an important call and you have your 2-year-old or 5-month-old needs your attention, and they don't care, what you're doing. They just need that. But, in the long run, it's going to pay off, and I'm grateful for being a mother.
Yes, ma'am.
And being a business owner.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I think right now we have a superstar, a living legend with us right now, joining us on this call. Is that, I just want to make sure, is that legend or?
This is Legacy.
Legacy. Okay.
Legacy, and my other son is Legend.
Okay.
Name's Legend.
Legend. Okay. Dope. Well, I know Legacy is in his own mind, in his own world, in mommy's lap at the moment.
Yes.
So I definitely am excited to have you on still. So just as a mom, and a businesswoman, one thing that a lot of people in the minority community often overlook is self-care, self-development, making time for yourself, pouring into ourselves. So what are some things you use to pour into yourself to be that strong, to be that independent, to be that disciplined mom, when it comes to just pouring into yourself?
Well, to be honest with you, when you have children, and this goes for a lot of moms, but I can really speak for myself. When you're a mother, it's hard for you to really pay attention to yourself. To as in doing your hair, just going shopping for new clothes. It's like it's all about them. It's all about them. And when you have a business, it's all about your clients. If you're all about yourself, you won't be in business for long. If it's all about your clients, you will be in business for long because you're caring for what your clients want and their needs. So just learning how to balance it, and making sure the children and the clients are getting their needs met.
Okay, if any, are there any self-care routines that you like to practice, like prayer, meditation?
Oh yes, in the morning I do meditation. Before around 5 or 4 a.m. I'll get up and I'll do my yoga. Start up with that, and I do my meditation, and also I make my smoothies. Okay. Kale, ginger, mangoes, and make sure put that in my system for energy. Fruits for energy and vegetables for your immune system. So and then I start applying my products onto my scalp. And when you apply the products on your scalp, you feel stimulation. So it wakes you up and it gives you energy. So start my day off like that.
Okay. Can we expect the Cherokee smoothie product coming out soon? No.
You know what? Some essential oils you can actually put under your tongue.
Oh wow.
And some you can't. Some real and some aren't. For example, your toothpaste, peppermint, peppermint toothpaste, spearmint toothpaste. What does it come from? It comes from a plant. Peppermint is a plant. Spearmint is a plant. So I put a little drop of spearmint in my smoothie, or I'll put a little drop of peppermint in also my smoothie. What peppermint does for insides, and actually it helps kill off peppermint's antibacterial, antifungal. So it actually helps refresh and make you smell good from the inside out, if that makes sense. It cleanses you from the inside out.
That makes perfect sense. Okay, definitely. Definitely. Well, I'm glad to hear it. So when we talk about just you preparing your day, attacking your day, what are some things you like to tackle when it comes to experience? Have you ever experienced a challenge? Of course, well, I'm not going to say have you ever. Of course, we've all experienced challenges, adversity, just tough times in general. But how did you overcome, that obstacle? And what is something that you've learned from it? Whether that was from a mother perspective, a businesswoman perspective, just in general.
Like a setback?
Yes, setback. Yes, ma'am.
I'm a real person. I'm gonna give it to you real. Two, when COVID happened, all of my products are imported. I do not buy from the United States. Why? It's because a lot of products are watered down, and you don't get the authentic herb or the authentic herb that you are working with. My herbs come from the original countries, like Ethiopia. You got your frankincense, Afghanistan, Africa, your shea butters. So when COVID hit, that was a big setback, because I'm not exaggerating. I had to wait at least a month to get, products, my herbs and my bottles. So that was a setback. My other setback was my children. I'm a new-time mom. I'm a new mom. And setback as in when you're pregnant, your body goes through so many different changes that every pregnant woman goes through different things. So when you're pregnant, you're going through that, and then you're nauseated, you're cramping, you're all kinds of stuff, and you can't really be 100% into your company like you want to. But you have your foot on the gas, but it's not. You're going 30. You're not going like 80 miles an hour like you should be going. But having children is a gift from God, but it's learning how to balance having children and scheduling and all of that. But the COVID was the biggest setback for me. So trying to get back up from that, and when you want to order enough in bulk. And then also this war that's going on.
Oh wow! Right.
The gas is going up, so it affects companies like me, because the truck drivers, their gas is going up, and that's how you get your supplies: trucks, trains, planes.
Right.
So I didn't raise my prices. Some companies raised their prices because the gas was being raised. I didn't raise my prices. I want to still make it affordable for people, my clients.
Yeah, that's very important in today's climate, because like you said, due to inflation, a lot of things, gases, food, groceries, even basic needs have just increased, so I definitely understand that. So when we talk about just being an affordable healthcare product, I'm glad that you've done that, because I know that it could be a challenge to spend money when everything is so high right now, and we don't know what the next few months are going to look like with inflation. So that's definitely something good to hear. So a lot of clients can actually still come get some of the great products, the natural organic products, for the same price.
Yes.
Okay, that's cool. Cool. Well, but since we're talking about Cherokee Hair Products, let's dive straight into it. how did the idea of I want to take my personal hair routine to mainstream Cherokee Hair Products, what triggered the idea, the launch of Cherokee Hair Products?
Well, I've been always known for my hair. I'm a walking billboard, people say. So when people see me, they're always asking me before I have my company, what products do you use, or how do I get my hair to look like yours? And I said, well, Paul Mitchell, or I use this product, or I use this company, or I use this. And I'm like, I'm promoting other companies, you know, and I need to promote, you know, myself, my company. So, and when working on, you know, being a massage therapist, you work with essential oils. So I started putting the essential oils in my hair because they smell wonderful and they're very relaxing. And I just started my hair just started to get thicker and longer. And I started to was like, hold on, I'm up, I got something going. So, you know, I went in the kitchen and then started making up stuff, and then it all started to come together. And that's how I came up with my product. And also, it was a great, healthy product, but also people were telling me that their hair was, you know, growing, and their bald spots was filling in, and their edges was coming in. So I'm like, okay, I'm onto something.
Okay, cool. So you kind of took from your previous endeavors as a massage therapist with the oil you used to use on clients, and with your experience as a cosmetologist, it was like low-key a perfect mix and match.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and also helping people. I love helping people. You know, and it's not just me having a company. It's not about making money. To me, it's about when a client gets results and they're in tears and they can go outside with no scarf over their head and smiling. That's the best feeling ever. When you can help someone with their confidence, you know, and their self-esteem. And they're like, okay, I can go to work with a smile on my face and not being embarrassed, or my hair has to be covered, or, you know, I gotta hold my head down. You know, in order to have a great product to help people grow their hair back, that's the best feeling ever.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I can 100% relate to it, because I feel like it would be, just because, like you said, boosting confidence, you know, having people have a new spin on life, you know, especially when COVID, a lot of people experience depression, anxiety, just because their day-to-day changed, you know, so a lot of people could use that, you know, so that's definitely good to know. So when we talk about your ownership with Cherokee Hair Products, did you have any entrepreneurs in the family growing up? And if so, or if not, how did that change your perspective when you became a Black business owner?
Well, I can kind of really speak on my family. And my family at that time, I want to say, 2014, I was winging everything. I didn't have anyone no lawyers, and no one with any business experience. I didn't have anything. And as of now, there's actually a few people in my family that I actually helped start their businesses. So it's like we want our family to be successful, but when you're successful and they see you, they want to do it, you know. And when they see you do it, they want to do it. But when you like barking down, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to, you know, people are not going to move like that. But when they see you move and you being successful and positive, encourage them to do their thing, whatever they're passionate about, and, you know, make some money on the side by doing your passion.
Definitely.
Answer your question.
Yes, man, definitely. Okay, so you literally came into an environment that was like most entrepreneurs, they didn't have any previous examples, previous businessmen, businesswomen within the family. So we're learning as we grow, go. Okay, but overall, I think that's the best teacher, experience when we fail.
Yeah.
I don't think of it as failing. I mean, I guess I think of it as failing forward. When you bump your head, you know what not to do, which is sometimes better than knowing what to do.
Yeah.
So
and it's hard. It's kind of hard because sometimes people, they don't want to see you go past them. Or I want to say misery loves company. So when you fail, they're like laughing, or they're like, okay, I knew she wasn't going to make it. A lot of people are not encouraging. It's just like the other thing is, when we do accumulate money, or when we accumulate money, we don't know how to save it. We want to go spend it. And that's the other thing that kept me afloat. Everything that I make, I invested back into the company, because the first 3 years of a new company, they fail. 3 or 4 years, they fail because they're out. They make all this money at profit, like whoa, and then they're spending it on shoes, clothes, etc. And they're like, I can't order more shipment, or I can't order more wholesale, or I can't order more because you saw that money and you spent it. But I think that comes from, we're not used to wealth through the generations. Other nationalities, they got their money is coming from generations from their ancestors, and it's coming down the chain. When we get money, we want to blow it. We're not used to it. So I'm glad now that we have programs that help people to put your money in CDs, savings, save it and put it back into your company, and you will stay afloat.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you actually dove right into the next question, because Pay Attention is a podcast based on financial literacy. Educating the people within the minority community about investing, budgeting, saving, credit, taxes, anything that can help us get an advantage. That literally dives into my next question, because when we talk about spending our money, and we really don't need to be spending, but we feel like we need to spend, right? Most times we buy liabilities, things that don't put money in our pocket, so what are some assets for Cherokee Hair Products, based off production, and what are some liabilities that you may see just in general?
I want to say assets. Like I said before, I want to say at the end of this year, I want to be able to invest it into, it's INC. It's not an LLC, it's INC. So I want to be able to do, go into the stocks.
Okay.
And things like that.
It could be a lot of different assets when you're on a business, so that definitely makes sense. So we can just keep moving along. Yeah, no problem. Okay. So we talk about Cherokee Hair Products, as a company, just in general, right? What would you say, or who would you say is an audience, or one of your main audiences for the product, for the hairline products?
I want to say it's really for everybody, but I want to say it's mostly for I want to say 50 and up. The reason why I say 50 and up, because when we're getting older, as we age, our hair starts to come out, and most of us, or people, I should say us, we're on medication, high blood pressure, all that. Medication causes hair loss. Stress causes hair loss. And also, one of my oils is native infusion. It has cypress in it. So basically, when you get older, you get, you lose your elasticity in your skin. You get wrinkles. And your scalp is the same skin that's on your face. So when it gets loose, your hair comes out of its hair follicle, of your scalp, if that makes sense. So the native infusion is able to tighten that skin, around that hair follicle, so you don't have a lot of shedding. But if you're suffering from any Parkinson's, lupus, postpartum hair loss, hair diseases that causes your hair to fall out, then it will be, a great product for you to use. But if you're not, it's still a great product, because anything that you put on your skin, you're rubbing it in. And when you're rubbing something on your skin and it absorbs, where does it go? It goes into your body and goes into your bloodstream. So we want to be careful what we're rubbing on our skin, because we don't want, to go to, I won't say go to the doctor and something appears, but you got to be mindful what you're rubbing into your scalp and into your skin.
Okay, so not only can Cherokee Hair Products be a solution to hair loss, it can also be a strengthener to just grow and also just strengthen our hair as well.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's perfect. So 50 and plus, I see, is the range where you can also say, hey, this is for a lot of mature women, but at the same exact time, you don't have to be looking for hair loss. You could use this as a stimulant to boost, strengthen, or even just extend the life. Okay.
Yes.
That's cool.
For men too, not just for women, for babies also. Because when I had postpartum hair loss, when I had my first son, his hair fell out too. And if your newborn has cradle cap, that's when the baby's hair falls out also. It's a good product to use. The shampoo, the conditioner, and the native infusions. Okay. So it's from babies up to 80-year-old women.
Okay. So with Cherokee Hair Products, well, that's a great answer, by the way. I do want to say that. But with Cherokee Hair Products, how can Cherokee Hair Products impact the community? Right, when we talk about just in general being a brand within the minority community, being mainstream, I'm pretty sure.
I'm sorry.
No.
I want to say the reason why is because, like I said, when you put things into your body, onto your skin, it goes into your body. When you're eating healthy, you're eating your fruits and vegetables, it changes your mood. When you're smelling products that are rosemary, tea tree, orange, lemon, lime, it boosts your mood. So when you're giving your products away, or when you're selling to people that are on the street or walking by, it changes them. It brings them in a good mood. If they're having a bad mood, a day with their children or their spouse, it just brightens the mood up. It just brightens, the area around you. Smells trigger. Smells can trigger you to just, it's awful. You're like, your face change. You're like, oh.
Right. And
some smells can bring back memories of grandmothers or aunties or, just great memories. So it's like putting Whole Foods in your local low-income area.
Right.
Whole Foods, like a good grocery store that has quality food. It's going to change the community around that grocery store. Right. So when you have a good product, it's going to start changing, the community. Definitely. Because you're dealing with real herbs and fruits and bark.
So Cherokee Hair Products is great for self-care, just because one thing that we don't really realize in the community is self-care is really important, and the consistency with making sure that our body is physically able to have the ability to last the day, endure the day. Yeah. With heat rising, with temperatures the climate being unpredictable at times, the different emissions, the toxic, we talk about pollution, all these things affecting us whether we know it or not. Just giving ourselves a chance to fight back is really important. And so Cherokee Hair Products is a way for people to fight back. That's what I see. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like especially if you're going to like a meeting, like in a meeting, like a board meeting, and you rub it in your hands and you take a whiff of it, like aromatherapy. It could change like rosemary. Rosemary stimulates memory. You have some colleges, this professor I knew, he burned lemon and cedarwood in his class. And at some hospitals, they burn the essential oils, lemon in the emergency rooms. It just calms everyone or just relaxes everyone. So,
yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, I know that you've been an entrepreneur with Cherokee Hair Products for about 7 years now. Did I say that correct? 6, 7 years?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what advice would you give to the next businesswoman, aspiring businesswoman or current businesswoman, or just anyone that's looking to, like I said, aspiring? What advice would you like to give to the next person, next individual watching this episode?
If you're going to have a business, it's hard. And I'm not going to just tell you fake stuff. It's very, very hard. But when you write everything down and you do it not just for money, you do it because you really want to change people's lives or this is your passion, you will go far. But if you're doing it for money to get something quick, you're not going to be in business for long. When you, I want to say, it pays off because you can be anywhere in the world and you can still be making money. You don't have to be at a cubicle, or you're being micromanaging and you're just stressing out because you're like, I gotta do what he says or I'm gonna get fired, or I gotta go 90 miles an hour driving to work because I can't be late, I'm gonna lose my job. It's just so much stress when you're working for someone else, but when you're working for yourself, you have your own schedule, it's relaxing. It's you can be in Hawaii and your phone could be like, oh, you just made $300, and you're somewhere where you're enjoying peace and you're with your mom, your dad, your girlfriend, your children. But it's a lot of challenges, but it's worth it in the long run. And of course, if you do have kids and when you do pass, you can leave that into their hands, or you can leave that, for your kids or your brothers or your sisters or whoever. Yeah. And that's a really, really good feeling. And know that your children don't have to go out there and work at a place where they really don't want to work or they hate it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Definitely. Well, shout out to legacy. That definitely sounds like legacy, 100%. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So what would you say is one end of the year goal that you would have for yourself or for Cherokee Hair Products?
The end of the year goal is to be in all of the beauty supplies in the United States, and also to be in your local Target and Walmart, Kohl's Food, and CVS's. Okay. So that's my end of the goal, is to be in your local stores. Okay. And
expansion. Okay, that's cool. Well, I like expansion. Well, we love expansion. That means more impact. That means more results, more client reviews, more money. To say none of the least. Okay, cool. Well, with that,
I want to say one thing. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Everyone that's looking at this, make sure you look up business credit. That is very, very important, because you have your personal credit, but you need business credit. Is really important. Okay. So, and your business credit.
Okay.
Make sure y'all look that up and start to build that up, and it's a great thing to do.
So now we just have a speed round lastly. So Miss Eatmon, this is where I'm going to literally ask you random questions for 60 seconds just to kind of get a chance to know a little bit more about you. So for myself and the viewers, we'll be able to dive a little bit into your likes, dislikes, and just have a chance to hear from you.
Okay.
Perfect. So I'm gonna put 1 minute up, and then it's gonna start literally as soon as I read this first question. So, what is your birthday?
The date
Yeah,
and the year.
you can just say date.
Okay, 10/25.
Okay, astrology sign.
Scorpio.
Okay, favorite color.
Red.
Favorite athlete. Cardio or weights.
I don't have one.
Okay, if a plane picks you up tonight, where would it land tomorrow?
In Dubai.
Okay, audio books or physical books?
Physical books.
Okay, dream car.
I'm driving in it.
Okay, townhome or high rise?
High rise.
Okay, life motto.
Bob Proctor.
Okay, if you could have any superpower, what would it be?
To fly.
Okay, perfect. Okay, boom. So that's 60 seconds. Okay, so boom. All we got a chance to do, just find some of the things that you like, favor, just in general. But I want to say, first and foremost, thank you for taking time out of your day to be on. I'm excited to have interviewed you, to learn from you, because one thing that we don't see are businesswomen, and then something that we don't see are businesswomen that are collab with being a full-time mother. So just having the ability, the patience, the impact, the vision of starting your own brand, and of course I'm pretty sure is to secure the legacy of legend and legacy. So super duper excited. Thank you again, and I hope that everyone that tuned in has a great chance to learn something from you, pick something from your mindset, and of course take something they can apply to the next chapter in their life.
It's Cherokee Hair Products, www.cherokeehairproducts.com. You can reach us if you have any questions at Cherokee Hair Products at Gmail, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram.
Okay, Cherokee Hair Products. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Well, again, I want to say appreciate you for tuning in. I hope that everyone got a chance to grow, and of course, grow just like hair, Cherokee Hair Products. So, boom. Yes, ma'am. Thank you again for your time. Shout out to you. Shout out to your brand, and of course, shout out to the future legend and legacy.